Second and 17 from the 21. Hodges back, waits, looks, fires it down the middle of the field. Wide open is Washington on his way. 40, 35, 30. Bumps a man at the 20. 15, 10. Touchdown Pittsburgh.
Wow.
73 yards. Hodges to Washington.
Oh, that was a beautiful post pattern. And B.W. Webb was jacked up by James Washington.
A folk hero is reborn. Duck season is officially upon us. Welcome back to 5-Star Matchup presented by Steel City Blitz. If you dig our content, please subscribe and follow us on Twitter. What a week it's been for Mason Rudolph. Early on here, he's backed up into his own end zone for what seems like the 100th time this year and makes a dangerous throw to Snell, who thankfully makes a grab but doesn't get the first. Awesome hops by Benny Snell football. Over to defense now, the only unit that's actually fun to watch on this team, and boom, right out of the gate, Defensive Player of the Year candidate TJ Watt screams past a tackle that may or may not be an inanimate object and gets the strip sack. Back to the offensive unit. Rudolph hands to a man named Kareth White, who makes a couple really nice cuts for a big gainer. Nice pickup this week. This dude has some speed. Couple plays later, again White with the big pickup, this time behind a killer pancake block by DeCastro. Crazy that they were able to grab a guy like this off a practice squad. Could be a useful piece. Third and goal from the 9, and woof. Mason steps directly into the pass rush and fires, ironically, a duck into the middle of the field, and it's obviously picked. Even if his arm doesn't get hit, I have no idea where he's going with this. Just terrible. But I suppose that's why we have a defense. Godzilla Hayward walks the center back so easily that you'd think they just had a killer date, but Cam decides not to kiss him goodnight and instead goes for the QB. Sick play by Bam Bam Cam. Couple possessions later, Barron comes flying in off the edge and nearly gets the safety. Great play in what was a mostly rough outing for him today. Bush needs to play more over him. Back on what the Steelers loosely referred to as offense, and Mason gives Deon Cain a chance and he makes a great catch for a big gainer. Another cool out-of-nowhere signing this week that looks like it might pay dividends. 3rd and 5 from the 13, and Mason, again with terrible footwork, is late and short on the throw to Tevin Jones. He did actually have a window, but he was just way too late to hit it. Boz fortunately continues his redemption season and puts the Steelers on the board, finally. 3-0 Steelers. Okay, cool, now it's time for the defense to respond. They finally got a lead, let's make something happen. Terrell Edmonds' severe pigskin allergy continues, and he gets mossed by Tyler Boyd. I don't want to rag on Edmonds too much. My girlfriend has a severe tree nut allergy, and it's nothing to joke about. Really nice catch by Boyd, though. Well, at least let's just hold him to 3 and... damn it! Finley throws up a lollipop, and Joe gets boxed out by Boyd, who again makes a nice catch. Defense unfortunately fails to respond, and it's 7-3 Bengals at the half. Onto the third quarter, and Mason Rudolph decides he's got enough time to throw a dinner party, and of course gets sacked, putting them behind and down in distance yet again. On third down, he fails to step into his throw and heaves an ugly miss in the direction of Deontay Johnson, at which point I tweeted, for the first time, that I thought it was time for Duck. It was clear Rudolph just wasn't comfortable at any point in this game. Godzilla Hayward gets a tipped pass on the next series to end the Bengals' possession, setting the Steelers up for yet another Duck tale. Tomlin pulls the plug on Rudolph, and Duck immediately rewards him with a well-timed out to Samuels. And 2 plays later. Quack quack, bitch. The Duck lets it fly and uncorks a beautiful throw that hits Washington in stride. James pulls out a nasty stiff arm and takes it to the house. Unbelievable. I don't know how or why, but the Steelers again pull ahead 10-7. The duck-loving masses rejoice and immediately comment, "I told you so," on all of my videos. After a maddening run by Mixon and a PI on Hayden, the Bengals are immediately in position to tie the game back up, and they do. Frankly, disappointing moments for the defense to this point, as they were twice unable to protect leads. After a couple more fruitless possessions by both of these powerhouse offenses, the Steelers put together almost a whole drive worth of pass interferences, eventually petering out and putting Boz in position for a clutch 47-yarder, which he drills. Steelers take another slim lead at 13-10. Will they be able to protect it this time? Great pass breakup by Hilton, who was everywhere against the Bengals, but a busted coverage and another infuriating run by Mixon, who should have been dropped for a loss, put the Bengals again in position to tie it back up.
His team trailing by 3. And a little play action fake. He wants to throw it. There's a man open running down the field. And it's into and out of the intended receiver. Oh, they're calling a catch and fumble. The Steelers got it. Minka up over the 35, the 40. And he's tackled at about the 43-yard line.
Minka magic. Two of the boldest moves in Steelers history continue to pay off in a big way, as Devin Bush forces a fumble and Minka tiptoes along the sideline to gather it and get an excellent return. He's been nothing short of remarkable since coming over. Rough night for Big Al, who gets abused by Dunlap for the sack. Ton of respect for Dunlap. He's a great player. Great punt by Barry, who absurdly punted for over 300 yards in this one. Pins them deep, though. Time to win this game. First down, another pass breakup by Mike Hilton. They're going to need to figure out how to keep him long term. He's excellent. Second down, and ugh. Just a hair too high for the one guy you always expect to come down with it. Would have made up for a slightly lackluster day for Joe, but still, a nice play. 3rd and 10, and another chance for Joe falls to the ground. He needs to try some new gloves next week. Defense gets the stop, and now it's time for some Benny Snell football. Couple nice runs for Benny, including a clutch 3rd down conversion, get the Steelers in scoring position. But on 3rd down, Duck throws it away for some reason. He should have just slid and kept the clock moving, but no harm, no foul. And Boz, who's never missed against the Bengals, connects again to put the Steelers up 16-10. Will the great Ryan Finley pull off the come-from-behind victory?
Right. This time he's got plenty of time to throw it. He's hit from behind. The ball comes out. And who has it at the 20-yard line? Bud Dupree has the football. And the Escalooser is going to be well populated in just a couple of seconds.
Nah. Bud Dupree strikes again and gets the strip sack to put the game on ice. As I've been saying all year, his wallet is just getting fatter and fatter. Good for Bud, man. It's really cool to see him ball out like this. Another Benny Snell run and a couple knees by the Duckman enrage gamblers everywhere, but satisfies Steeler Nation's weekly quest for a dub, and the Steelers get out of Dodge with the win in hand. Ah yes, a classic quarterback controversy. A phenomenon not witnessed in the Berg for some time, but here we are. Tomlin won't commit to his plans for next week yet, but I've got to imagine he sticks with Duck Hodges. To this point, I've mostly disagreed with people who have been yelling at me that Rudolph has no confidence. But, for whatever reason, whether it's the on-the-field stuff or the off-the-field distractions, it was clear that Mason had no confidence in himself against the Bengals, and he struggled mightily. While I do advocate starting Duck this week, I do want to temper expectations slightly. Just keep in mind that Devlin started 2 for 2 for 90 yards, but only completed 3 of 9 for 28 the rest of the way. Regardless of who plays quarterback, the offensive output will need to be better against the Cleveland Brownies in a must-win game at Heinz next week. Let's get it, though. I should get tickets. Here we go.